Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're warm. Hope you're cool, depending on where you are in the world. I hope everybody in the UK is okay with the heat wave that they've got going through there at the moment. We're freezing here. I've been sitting by the heater all week. It's so cold. And it's pretty early on Tuesday morning. And, yep, I've still got my pyjamas on, because that's how I roll. And I thought I would pop on today because I hadn't been on for a little while. I've been pretty busy with a few other things, but I'm getting on top of another project that I've been working on, so that's good. So I thought I would come on here this morning and just make a few little bits and pieces with you guys. I am working on this journal, which is a two-part thing. I'm following Leslie on 506 Willow House journals, and she's doing a journal, flip-flop journal sort of make-along, and so I'm joining in with that, and also have a request for a flip-flop journal from Laura, and she wanted me to make her one with sort of vintage children as the theme, similar to the one that I'd previously made. Obviously, no two are the same, so this is different. And I just messaged Laura this morning just to make sure it was okay if I worked on her journal on the channel. So she'll get to see a little sneak preview of it. But I've got it going on here, and I'll give you a quick run through. So as I said, this is a flip-flop. It's made from the envelopes, so this is what I've got so far. I've got a little tag in the top there. There's a little pocket in the front there. This front section isn't finished, so this is a work in progress. I've got my front cover there. Hopefully the dogs don't bark too much. I've got a hidden little secret compartment in there, and I've got a few bits in there already. My process for constructing a journal is I like to get the backbone of it done before I put my signatures in. So I like to sort of basically almost completely finish the journal and at the last minute sew the signatures in, because I don't like to sew my signatures in too early, because as I go through, my process is I look at sort of each page and decide what I want to do on it, and I might want to do some stitching, put some lace trim, change out the page, so once they're sort of sewn in, it limits your scope. So I've put a little signature in there, and then this, I've done quite a bit of collaging, so I'll just take the signature out so you can see once I open this all up, which flips right out, there's another signature in this section, and I've got, I think I've put 5 pages in each of my signatures. So I've got, I've made a little bookmark. This is removable on the top here. So this is some of the bits I've made already, and I've made it so this opens and you've got some journaling pages on the top there. I'm going to have to go out and speak to these boys in a minute. The people next door are redoing their garden, and according to my guys, that's not allowed. So they're out there telling them, no, go inside, don't be out in your garden. Anyway, I'll go out and speak to them shortly. So, yeah, I've got that there. You can see my little window there from the envelope, so I've just decorated in those. And once you get to the back, I've printed out some of these are images from books that I have, so I've printed them onto linen paper. I absolutely love them. And I've got my second signature in this spot here. So I've actually even done some custom printables that I've designed myself, especially for Laura's journal. So this is one of them that I've designed, and I've got that stuck in there. So yes, I'm working away here, and I just thought I would, as I said, come on and make a few bits with you guys. I am kind of up to, well, I am up to the decorating stage. I have done a bit of stitching on this already, and I want to put some fabric, I think, on the front. So I was going through my lovely doilies this morning trying to work out what I might do, because I'd like to sort of put some sort of clasp arrangement across here, and I'm thinking even doing a bit of double doily action, so possibly even something along those lines. But I won't put that on until the last, until I can work out how bulky this is going to be, and I might even put it on this side. I don't know. That's a thought process in the making. So I'll put that to one side. I've pulled out some fabrics and bits and pieces here. So yeah, as I said, what I like to do is I sort of just open it up and work on a bit at a time. I think I would like to put another flip here. I'm not quite sure. This isn't going to stay like this. Something else is going to happen there. So anyway, I made a few bits yesterday. So I made that tag, and I decorated that page, and I made these little envelopes here, which are super cute. I've stuck some of the little pages in, but some of these are actually removable. So just a set of 3 little envelopes there. And I don't think I want to cover up some of these pages. I wouldn't like to make a flip out tag. So there's that. I've got that lovely little girl in there. Isn't she beautiful? And yeah, and this is a flip out. This is with a piece of vintage. It's actually from a Chinograph book, from China painting. So yeah, got that bit there. And this is another one of the printables that I've designed especially for Laura's journal. So I've designed that one. Haven't decided if I will put them in the shop or not, but I probably will eventually. So I accidentally printed on the back upside down, but I'm probably going to cover that anyway, so I didn't panic. Yeah, so I think I would like, this is some avocado paper that I've dyed. I think I'd like to put a tag there. And I saw a lady the other day and she made some beautiful tags. So I've pulled out a few of my punches. Got heaps of bits and pieces here because I would like to, I think I'd like to put some fabric on these pockets here. And I might actually just glue that down. This is what happens. I have a plan and then I just bounce around doing this, that and the other. So I'm hoping that you can't hear Dobby barking like crazy in the background there. I've got glue all over this. Yesterday I was gluing and I left this on its side and unfortunately some glue went down the side. I'll just go and sort this out and I'll be back. All right, and I'm back. Got things sorted out. I've got my glue unclogged. I still need to put that little magnet there. I've got to get onto that. I've got one. And I've gone out and sorted Dobby out. Unfortunately, Dobby has got a bark collar. It's not an electric one. It's just one that makes a beep noise, but he hates it. So I've had to put that on him, unfortunately, because the neighbours might come in and have words with me if he keeps going on and on out there. But I've promised him that once I finish making this video, I'll take him for a walk. So there's something for... And once I finish the video, I'll take his collar off and we will have a little cuddle and stuff. So he'll be okay. Now I think what I'm going to do is I think what I'm going to do is put a piece of fabric there. So I'm just going to rip a piece of this off. This is how things get out of control here, because I just start one project and then start going on a different tangent. Made that a bit wide, but that's okay. Sometimes you've just got to go with the flow. All right, so I'm thinking, I like the ripped edges, so I'd like to just rip it. And I think I'll put that there. But I would like a piece of this, I think, as well. I think that would look kind of cute on it. So I might take a piece of that. I was just speaking to Laura this morning and letting her know that I'm still working on her journal here, but I have been a bit busy with a couple of other things which are finally coming to conclusion. So I think I've told you guys before that I'm doing an advent, which is something that Susan and I have done for the past 2 years. Susan is Designs, and we do it's for the knitting community, although anybody could get involved. I like these packs of fabric flowers. This one's Rose and Violet Garden by Miss Rose Sister Violet. And I've got a few different ones, but I like to have them on hand because they're kind of handy and beautiful, and I don't think those greens are going to kind of match, so they can... I like that one's got a bit of a nice colour to it. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm just starting to put things together. Yeah, so Susan and I have been doing the Advents for the past two years, and it really escalated this year. Last year I think we did about 30 or so, 30 or 40, and this year it went crazy and we sold about 100. So just ripping this fabric. Yes, I am putting it in my mouth to do that. Just could not get the grip on it otherwise. Yeah, we sold about 100, and I met Susan last week, and we had a cuppa and went to the op shop for an op shop crawl and things like that. And we're both overwhelmed with how much more work that actually ended up to be. So it's crazy, but satisfying at the same time, and I think that it'll be very good to see them heading out the door. So I'm thinking about, I'd like a little charm on that. I've got my little tin of pins here, so I'll get a pin out. So here I am. I was going to make a tag, and now I'm making pocket decoration. And that's how I roll. Have a look in my little charms bag here. see what I've got, something small. Okay, so I know I used these the other day, but I really love them, and they're the little bronze buttons. I think they're so cute. So I think that might look nice there. Yeah, I haven't really gone into this with a plan. I just basically start, apart from the fact that it was going to be a children's theme, vintage children's theme journal, that's about the extent of the plan. I'm just gonna, all I've got is one of those little brass pins. Just gonna put my buttons on and a bit of that cream one, and I might like a little bit of also a bit of cheesecloth, if I can find a nice little piece. Maybe a little piece of lace. Let's put a bit of lace on there as well. But I was watching Maggie the other day. I really enjoy watching Maggie and Leslie, of course, and they've introduced me to a few others, so I've gradually been watching them as well. Can't think of the name actually. Turquoise Dreams, one of them. Where's my cheesecloth? I had a nice piece of pink dyed cheesecloth. Got it all piled up here. Just give me a second and I'll see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. So this is some cheesecloth that I avocado dyed. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece off that and like smush it around a bit. Get it a bit fuzzy and all that good stuff. And I'll just put the pin through it. Couldn't be easier. And I'm going to pin that to the corner of this. Here. Like that. This is the thing, I make these things and then I wonder why my journal is so bulky. But that looks cute, right? So now I'm going to glue that in place there. It's a little bit big, so I need to just work out. Just going to cut that there. Yeah, but I just kind of go through some of the things I have pre-made, and I just add a little bit of, you know, embellishment to it. But generally, I like to make specific to the journal, and I just go through and whatever takes my fancy, that's what I make. So yep, I'm basically just cutting this little rectangle of fabric out, and I like it to look scruffy and random. I am cutting this edge straight, but I'll fluff it out a little bit. I'm just trying to fit it to the pocket here. Yeah, that's a better fit. And because I straighten that edge, I'll just fluff that out a little bit, pull a few random strands out so that it doesn't look too neat and tidy. Get my fabric glue. Look at me go, that was closed, which is pretty rare for me. I'm a shocker when it comes to my glue. Leave them open all the time and then get frustrated because they're all blocked. And this is a piece of ledger paper that I've put in here that's been coffee dyed. So now I'm going to line that up there and straighten that out there like that. But as I said, none of these pages are actually stuck in yet. And like, because I've put that in early, as I work on the journal, some of the threads will come out even more, which, like I said, that's what I like. And there we go, there's a little pocket there that's done. That's cute, right? And I have to make a nice little tag to go in there. So I'll find some bits. I also found this the other day. It was on some packaging, and I've kept it because I'm going to cover it and make it into a belly band on something, but I want to cover it in something nice. I've got that much stuff on my desk. It's unbelievable. Well, completely believable if you know how I roll. So now I'd like something fairly plain, maybe on a bit of a background. That might be nice with the rose at the top to make a tuck to go in there. Don't know. New. Maybe something like that might be better. And I could put, and I've got lots of little children themed things here ready to go. So I'll find something. I love these little, I've got a few different ones from different people, different cutouts from, actually that'd make a nice little paperclip embellishment, so I might do that. I love these little dresses, and I've got some paper clips that are little coat hangers, so I like putting those in as well. Got that. Alright, now I need a piece of cardstock. Let's see. Okay, this is just some packaging. I'm not going to use that, but I'm going to build something to go in here. Oh, perfect width was meant to be. And I like to keep these little flaps on the top because sometimes what I'll do is I'll cover it, and instead of cutting that off, you can use it as like a little hang on the top of a page so you can decorate it. In fact, I don't know if I might keep that one to do exactly that with. See if I've got another piece of card here that I can use instead. Yep, I've got this old box, so I'll just see what I think. Is that going to be big enough? Of course, the piece that I want to use is exactly, let me just see if I've got another piece of cardboard here. Yep, this is big better. Actually, I'm going to use this to gauge my size. So, I run out of room so quickly on my desk here. Because the thing is, if you're trying to make something and you feel stuck, like you don't know what direction to head in, just start doing something, like cutting something up, stacking things up, and you'll find that the creative process just starts to flow, and before you know it, you'll have, like me, half a dozen things to do. There we go. That's a good size. Fairly good height. I don't care about that hole because I can cover that up. And now, I'm just going to move this guy out of the way so I've got a bit more room to move. And he can go up there. And, oh, one of my pages has fallen out. This is the centre page. I don't want to lose that. Let me just stick that in there. All right. So now I'm going to cover this. So I need something nice to cover it with. And let's see. just something relatively plain because I'm going to stack some things on top of it. So maybe something like this. So let's get that down for starters. I like this glue. I've told you guys about before. So I have all my glues there. So I've got my art glitter glue, which I use to stick the small things down. I've got my stick glue, and I've got my fabric glue. But this glue is reasonably cheap by comparison to the art glitter glue. So when I'm sticking big things down, I use this. And this is a really good glue. It doesn't let you down. The other thing with this glue is it doesn't dry quite as fast as the glitter glue. So you've got a few, not a heap of time, but you've got a little bit of time to get things where you want them to be before it sets up. So let's get that down. Line that up. And I think on the back of this I'm going to stick a piece of book page. So I'll get that cut out. Cut that up. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I think that there's quite a few of you guys that are joining in with Leslie's Flip Flop Journal Make Along. And I've seen quite a few of the journals that you guys are working on Leslie's Facebook group. So that's been nice. And when you see other people's designs, sometimes it gives you a bit of inspiration as well. So if you haven't joined up with Leslie's Facebook, go and check it out because there's some really good stuff. Got this is a Enid Blyton book, but it has got some cute little children's style pictures in it, which are really cute. Look at that one. So I'll take a page of that just to stick on the back. There we go. You won't see the back, but it's nice to have something cute. Hopefully you won't be able to see that print through it. Can you see it through? No, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And when I'm sticking this down, actually I might just quickly round those bottom corners because when you put it in the pocket it just makes it easier to slide it in if the corners are rounded. Hopefully that glue is dry enough to cut. That's one. Two. So when I stick these down, I like to leave a little bit of the book page showing around the edge. So I'm just going to trim that off. I haven't put that paper right to the top. So just trim that off. Although it probably wouldn't matter because I'll probably put some fabric or lace or something on the top. You know my philosophy, more is more. But today I'm hoping to get one signature completely decorated. But like I said, I haven't made any videos for a little while, so I thought I would just do this with you guys. I've been watching a show, I've been totally addicted to it, and it's now finished on Netflix, and it's called The Cook of, I think it's The Cook of Castaban or something like that. And it's one of those movies, it's actually been dubbed, and I really enjoyed it. I basically binge watched it, and now it's finished. I feel sad. Like, my husband loves audiobooks. He listens to them all the time, and he said to me when they finish he feels like he's lost all his friends, have gone, like and I kind of feel like that with the the Cook of Castaban. Can't remember what it's called. It's something like that. And if you want to watch it, you could look that up and you'll soon find it. But yeah, it was really good. Really good. Really enjoyed it. So I've got that on the back. And I mean, you could put a piece of paper on the back. I mean, you could put some pages on that so that people can still journal on it. And I've got what have I got here? I've got this paper, so maybe I'll put a few strips of this just on the back. Actually, I should go that way, and then they're in the right, the lines are in the right direction. This was one of the pages I was going to put into the journal, but I was just sort of started to think, oh, it's getting real chunky here. Better slow down on that. But I have got it here, so I will use it. So what I'll do is I'm just going to stack those together like that. And I don't want to cover up the little bears and the teddies down the bottom. Okay. Mr. WhotKnot just called, so I had to answer that. He's on the road at the moment, so I'm tossing up whether I do want to put that there, because I don't really want to cover that picture up, I've decided. But that's okay. What I'll do is I'll fold them over, and I'm going to staple them together with a little bit of something on the top there. Let's put a bit of lace there as well. And I'll put it in the pocket with the card so that there's journaling space, but we're not covering up our little picture. I'm just going to staple that along. Actually, I'll staple that on. I don't like the staples to show. Don't know why, I just don't like it. So I'm just going to staple that on, and then I'll just glue that across the top. And that makes a nice little notebook, and then you can use the card to lean on if you want to write something on this. And then I'm just going to glue that on the top, and I might put something else on that, but I could do a little bit of stamping as well. Got might just, so I've gone from making my card to making this. Oh boy, I might just do a little bit of stamping on the bottom there, and then I can, if I've got something small, I've got these little children postage stamp type things, so I might put one of those on the bottom there. That might be cute. These are the, I think if you're junk journaling or scrapbooking, you've got quite a bit of this packaging, but these are the kind of things that I like to hang on to, because once you've taken your stamps out, oh, look at that cute little thing. I could use that as well in the journal. You can use that card, like that'd make a nice little flip. You don't have to use it that way. You can use it upside down, glue that into your book, and then that makes a nice little flip. So I'll put that on my pile. But that came with that cute little bear tag. It's got the bear, and what's on the other one? Some cherries. But I can put that in the journal. Let's have a look. I might change that cord. I'm not too keen on that gold cord, but say you've got your page like that. Where can we put it? I could put that on one of these pages. Maybe not. Need a cardboard piece behind it. I'll work on that. Let me finish one thing at a time. So I've got my little stamps. Let's choose one of these. Oh, that little girl with the duck. She's kind of cute. They've got some nice little pictures on them. I'll link them. I'll link these where I got these from in the down bar. But I think I'll use that little girl there. She's cute. And just stick her on the... I'll stick her over that word, the date, because it's upside down. There we go. So we've got that, and I'll put that in the back. But then if you want to write on that, you can use this journaling card as the base. So it can go kind of like that, so it's removable. So I'll just put that to one side and continue with what I was doing here. So I think I'd like to put a bit of this action. So I'll just position things to start with. I don't need that piece. I might put, I like that. And you could even make that into a little pocket as well. But I don't know. I don't think I will do that this time. But you could. I like that, but I don't want to cover up the flowers there too much. So there we go. We'll stick that there, I think. So I got up early this morning because I was supposed to have the roller shutter guy was coming to install our new roller shutter on the bedroom window, which I've been literally waiting for about 2 months. And she rang up this morning to cancel because he's come down with COVID. So, yeah, that's not going to be happening. But I'd rather wait for an extra week or so than be exposed to COVID, because I've managed to avoid COVID at this point in time, and I would like to continue to avoid it. So, yeah, my roller shutter guy is not coming today. I like that. I mean, basically what I'm doing here is just a little bit of collage, I suppose. But I like collage in journals. Just going to rip that off there. And I can always print another one of those if I want some more. I tell you, I go nuts with the printing. I actually bought some printables the other day, and when I went to print them, I realised I'd already bought them. So I bought the same ones twice, which, I mean, that means you like them, right? But lucky they're not expensive. Does anybody else do that? There we go. Stick that there. It's going to go there. I might rip it. I like that like that. A little bit of stacking. And then some glue on that. If you want to, you could put a bit of ink around the edge of these, but like I've said to you guys before, I find I go a bit over the top with inking, and then I feel like my journals look very dark. So I use it sometimes, but not. like when I made these, I've printed these on a cream linen paper and I have inked around the edge of them. But I definitely don't like to ink around too much. I'm just going to make this into a bit of a side tuck so that I can put something in there if I want, or Laura, when she gets this journal, she can put something in there if she likes. So it just gives a little bit of an extra. I love all those little tucks and things like that in the journals. So we got that like so. I think I don't want to cut that off, but I might have to. Yeah, I think I'll cut that off. All right, let's take that off there. And like I said, today I've got my heater on underneath the desk here because it's killed. And what I might do, and when I go and take Dobby for a walk after this, and poor little boy, he's sitting out there with Rusty because now he's not barking, he's got his collar on. And I just want to stress that the collar is not an electric one. Definitely I would never put that on it. It's it makes a bit buzzing noise that he hates, high-pitched buzzing noise, and he doesn't like it. I don't put it on him very often, but yeah. He's got it on today and he's not happy now. So that's what I've got there. And really, it's just, and then I've made that to go, and that can slide on the top like that. So it looks pretty, and it's got the journaling spot. I probably should have checked when I stuck that down to make sure she was going to be poking out of the top. So where's my spot that I was going to put that? All right. So that can now go in there, hopefully. There we go. And that sticks up a little bit there on the top of the page. I might have to make it a little bit narrower because it might fall into the fold there when I sew everything in. So I might just trim a little bit off this edge. I've missed a bit sticking that down there. Stick that down. And put my stick back in there. My pin. I want to get a pair of I saw somebody the other day using the scissors that have the jagged edge on them, which I think were pretty popular in the, I'm going to have to lose that writing there just to make it a bit narrower, like in the original scrapbooking days. Not a zigzag, they give like a real jagged finish, but I stopped off at Officeworks the other day to see if I could find some, but they didn't have any. Where's my corner? Just going to put the corners on these ones here so that they slide into the pocket easily. They didn't do a very good job on that, but I'll trim it. Didn't do a very good job on that one either, but I'll trim it. There we go, that's better. And trim that one. There we go, that'll probably fit in there a bit better. Actually, what I might do is, just because I've cut that edge and I don't want to see the white, just a very little bit of ink on the side. There we go. That's better. Got my stamping there. That can tuck under like that. And now that can go in that pocket there. There we go, perfect. I love that. And you can see that little girl. And I might even, oh no, well, I've got my embellishment there. So yeah, so that's that one done. So I might make another one. If it gets too long, I can easily just fast forward a bit, but I want to make one of the tags. I saw a lady making some of these the other day, and I've grabbed my punches. I think these are basically the same size. So I think I'll go with, just have a look. Oh no, that one's bigger. I'll go with this one then. And I thought I might punch out a bit of this. Let me see. I'm not very good with punches because I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. So I'm not the best with a punch, but I'll get the job done. Let me just clear the decks. Look how cluttered I look. Oh, that's only the half of it. If you could see the rest of my desk, you'd be horrified. Alright, let me see if I can get this in here. So I'd like to get a bit of that flower, although I'll probably be covering most of that up, so it probably doesn't matter. That's pretty good. Oh, there we go. I'll get him out of there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the YouTube channel was that I saw the lady making this on. So the lady does the free printables, but I'll link her down below. So now I've got my little tab. I'm just going to fold it in half to get the crease in place. And then what she did was she grabbed a bit of gauze. So I've got this one. I don't know if this will be big enough. Let's see. No, it's not going to hang out the edges. So let's go with a piece of this one. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit of fabric glue on that to cut around. I do have to say that I'm working a lot faster than I normally do when I'm pottering around in here by myself, because I'm trying to work a bit faster when I'm doing the YouTube videos so that I can get a bit more done. I'm just cutting around that just quite randomly. There we go. So I've got that, which looks kind of crazy at this point, but hold your horses. There we go. And what happens is we fold that in half and we'll get this. I haven't done much work in this back flip, so I might put it in here. Let's find a good spot for it. So I think I've got lots of, I loved this piece. This is a bit of out of a vintage book that has like information about it, but I liked it because that says paper. So I've put that in there. I won't cover that word up, but yeah, I liked that. Might not have a spot there. No, I don't think so. Try to put it there. No, that's not going to go in that spot. Let's have a look. Maybe I could just put it on the edge of this page here. Yeah, that could work. Alright, I'll just have a quick look, make sure there's no better place that I want to put it. It needs to be hanging out, that's the thing. Well, I mean, it doesn't need to be, but I'd like it to be. Yep. Alright, let's go back. It's going to go on this page. So, Now what I'm going to do is put a bit of glue in the middle there. On both sides because I want it to stick to the page. And line it up where I want it to be. I'm going to go for about the middle. Fold it over. You could use any punch you wanted for this too. Like it wouldn't have to be like a half circle one might be nice. I probably should have left it hanging out just a little bit more than that. Let me just pull it out a little bit. Otherwise it won't be hanging out enough. Okay. Make sure it's straight. Squeeze it in place. And then we can decorate the front of it. So let's see, what have I got here? I painted that the other day. That's a piece of colouring in page and I just drew a little flower on it and did a bit of watercolour. I'm going to put that in here somewhere, but I haven't decided where yet. So let's put a bit of, not that colour, bit of lace. What about a piece of this lace? That's quite nice. Let's use a little bit of that. Just a little bit. And I've got me buttons here. So we could use a little button. There's a little one. Let's see. Maybe. This is what takes me a long time. I've got to find just the right thing. There's a nice little pink one. That's cute. Let's go with that little pink one. So I'll stick that down. What I'll do is I'm just going to, I won't make you watch me do it because it's quite painful, but I want to put a bit of thread in that button and I'll go and do that and then I'll come back so that you don't have to be tortured watching my not so nimble fingers get that job done. But I'll just put that in place there. And the good thing about it is it's still, we can still see that little flower there. So, and I like how this colour pink matches in with this colour pink here. So I'll go and thread that button up and I'll be right back. Okay, and I've got that little guy with a bit of thread in him. And I'm going to glue that onto that page. I mean, I was hoping to get a few more bits and pieces done with you guys, but I think these couple of things is probably going to make this video long enough because I've got some vellum there. I had an idea for an embellishment with my vellum for a flip out tag that I wanted to do. So I'm going to continue working on that once I turn the camera off. Well, I'll go and take Dobby for a walk and then I will come back and do some more bits and pieces. I might film it and put it up tomorrow because sometimes people get stuck for ideas on what to do in their journals, and I think it's always good to see what other people are doing. And you might not do the same thing, but it might give you a bit of an idea of a direction to head in for yourself. So I think that I definitely feel like that's what happens for me. I thought I would have enough time, but I haven't, to do some stenciling because I was watching, as I said, Maggie the other day, and I don't know what her background is. I feel like she might have been an art teacher or something. I would be interested to know about that, Maggie. But she's got some great ideas, and I thought I might do some stenciling. But yeah, I think what I'll have to do is call it there because I think that'll be long enough. But I think that's pretty good. We got that little guy made, so I'll give you a close look at him. They're cute, those little tags. You don't have to do much to them. and I think they're quite effective. So I might make a couple more of those and for various spots. And we got our little pocket made for this section, and I think that looks quite good. Got the little dingly dangly down the bottom there, and got the card made, and we've got our little notebook there if you want to do some writing on that, just slid on the top. So yeah, and that cute little picture there. The orange doesn't quite go with the colour scheme of the journal, but it's at the back, so that's all right. And look at her. Yeah. Cute little outfit. She's going to probably help if I hold it in the camera frame. So, yeah. So we got those bits made. And I will record a bit more this afternoon and put another video up in a couple of days of a few more bits that I've made for this journal for you. So I hope you like how this is looking so far, Laura. But I am really enjoying tinkering around with it, and I'm really enjoying following Leslie and everybody else on the journey to make our flip-flop journals. So, yep, I will catch you guys in a few days, and I hope that you are happy, safe, and comfy and cozy working in your craft room. And I'll speak to you again soon.